welcome back into another video here on the Ecom Season YouTube channel. And in this one, we're gonna talk about a very frequent mistake that I definitely made back in the day, made multiple times, just being transparent with you guys. But I see a lot of people continuing to make it. And now, I'm not saying that it was okay by doing this back in the day, but 4.5 years ago, there wasn't really a lot of information out there on how to enter e-commerce. You know, when you looked at e-commerce back then, it was Amazon. Right? Now, when you think e-commerce, you can think of a lot of different brands, all the way from Amazon to Fashion Nova to your favorite little Shopify boutique, right? It's really changed, and the entry point of that is usually dropshipping. So I want to talk about some things where, hopefully you kind of understand this already, but just some practical things that'll help you last longer, right? Be someone who's around this game for more than a few months, and maybe it's something you could do for a lifetime, right? You can build a real company. So the goal out of this video, I want to explain a super simple thing, and that's around cutting corners. Now, cutting corners has a lot of different things that you could relate this to, and I want you to expand upon this video. But the biggest thing that popped into my head that inspired this video is I see a lot of people doing this still based around saving money on the product by cutting corners with focusing on their customer's experience. And the main thing that was, again, the idea of inspiration for this was product shipping time. I will see a lot of people try to go from having a product that they pay $9 to paying $8.30 to save that 70 cents, but now their shipping time goes from 2 weeks, which is already kind of starting to push it, to 4 weeks, which is completely unacceptable. And again, this is something I've made mistakes before back in the day when I was getting started, and it's totally fine. Making mistakes is how you learn. Just try not to make it twice. But now e-commerce is changing. And yes, I say e-commerce, the bigger component, not just dropshipping, because you have to be more careful with how you approach this. And I've talked about this before, but there's a lot more payment processor restrictions. Facebook rolled out something about 8 months ago, probably now, called the feedback score. Okay, that's basically a rule and regulation that helps keep advertisers in check. Right? And they use a lot of rules on the customers. Now there's also regulations for the advertisers. You have to play within certain rules, and the customers get to dictate that feedback score. So you do have to be careful. If your shipping time takes 4 weeks, 5 weeks, that alone can disable your Facebook ad account. And you start getting enough complaints, which usually happens more and more as people really understand what e-commerce is from a consumer level, and people are doing more chargebacks than ever. People are complaining more than ever. People will comment more than ever. They'll get their friends to spam you. So the moral here is don't cut corners. And a few ways that people tend to do this, just so you know, is, and this is a really unethical one, they'll cut corners by doing what's called a product swap. So they'll have a product and advertise that and send you something almost identical, but not quite the same. Right? Little less quality. Don't do that for sure. That's fraud. So just make sure that you do pay attention to your shipping time. My whole mindset behind this is I would rather pay the 70 cents extra for shipping, because by getting better feedback and by having better reviews, more positive comments, or at least less negative comments, it will impact the long term for you. It'll help you be able to scale further. And I would much rather do something at a slightly smaller margin and make less on the front end, but have something that's going to run for years, than have something that might do better in the short term but only work for 3 months. So it's just all about having the right mindset when you approach it. We always make sure that any students or any client that we work with individually understands this and understands what the goal is here. The goal is not to start a business that makes money for 2 months. The goal here is to start a business, right? This is, just because there's a low entry point into dropshipping doesn't mean you shouldn't take it seriously like a real business, because it is a real business. And I've turned e-commerce stores that were dropshipping into e-commerce brands that were still dropshipping, into holding inventory, into having employees just for that specific brand, into working on custom packaging deals, shipping deals, working on every possible little component of it. Social media content, creating content, really putting all that together. Email writers, right, who write all the copy for the emails and the website. It spirals into something bigger. So you just have to focus on the long term. Definitely don't cut corners. If you guys kind of want our playbook on exactly how we do e-commerce, be sure to check out some of the references linked in the description below. If you're brand new, the 30-Day E-Commerce Academy will definitely help you out. It's a 4-week program that unlocks week by week. There's also the Facebook Ad Academy, which just goes through other scaling strategies and other ways to start. So if you just want help on Facebook, that's a great place to both start or scale. The 30-Day E-Commerce Academy also also has some great Facebook strategies. There's a lot of different strategies that we use. All those are broken down in there. And if you want a custom built Shopify store preloaded with winning products, you can check that out, linked below as well. Those are limited every week, so for whatever reason it's not letting your order go through, just check back on the next Monday. So for whatever day it is for you right now, check back on Monday, because we open about 20 stores every single week, and those usually go pretty fast. So hope you enjoyed this video. Don't cut corners. Let me know if you have any questions in the comment section down below. I would love to help you out so that you can execute on this in the best way possible to stick around for the long run. I want to see you winning this, I really do. So hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, I'd greatly appreciate if you smash a like and subscribe down below. Thank you to everyone helping this channel grow, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.